Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smiths in the Black with the Strat Time Report, and we're starting on a Monday. We got a bunch of earnings coming out and all that kind of fun. So SPY opens up the week as an outside day. Tries to gap down, and if you go to a 15 minute, you're going to see this. Here's your broadening formation to start off the week. Stop out the Friday gaze down here, and then boom, 2-2 reversal, 2 down, 2 up, and off she goes. Then an inside 15er to take her up here now. It's kind of stalling out. Did what it's supposed to do, be an outside day. The question is when you keep going. And as we've been watching all month here, the potential outside month, and it's still climbing, taking out last week's high. So far so good there. If you go to QQQ, and the Q's opening up the day like this, Lake Sioux. 2 down, boom, 3-2-2 on the 15er, and take it off, and then you stop them out here, 2-2, and off the Q's go. Taking out last Friday's highs, taking out last week's highs, and then once again, also potential the outside month as it continues higher. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds. Dow Jones Diamonds poke up and then come back in, just barely make it through there. So we'll see. We're still an inside month, but we knew last week took the inside week to the upside. Now we'll see if that continues. Small cap are still real quiet here, but 2 down and coming back up, but we know they're real quiet on here, so be aware of that. And if we go to Facebook, and Facebook from the weekend vid here, steady decline, but now on a Monday, 2 down, 2 up week. So for the rest of the week, Facebook above 330.52, and there you go. And on the daily, 2 up, 2 down, boom, off she goes. Facebooky. Let's go to the 60s over here and see what we got here. All right, still going. Let me go down 30 down here. Okay, Facebook. So Facebook on the 30 gave you this. The inside 30, right there. Inside 30, 2-1-2 continuation with the weekly. 2-2 reversal. And if that works, trying to set up that monthly hammer, although we got some time on that month. If we go to Costco, at the shoot, they're coming into some big box marks. Inside week to the upside per the weekend video. And there it is above 453.94. Nice little move. Outside day. Now we'll see if that sets up again. You got that inside 30 here now. Go back to the 60. All right, we'll see if that sets up again. What's going on here? Okay, if we go to, all the big boxers, Target, boom, off she goes, outside month, right here after last week's 2 down, 2 up week, now continuing, and handily so. If we go to the Walmart, which has been doing nothing, and the Walmart outside day, just waking up just a little bit, so we'll see big box marks coming. If we go to Twitter, and Twitter, inside week to the upside, potential outside month like a lot of things, and on the daily, the 2 up, the 2 down by taking out the lows, and then boom, off she goes, and that triggers that inside week to the upside. Then you had an inside 60 here, the 3-1-2 outside. We're taking out both sides of this range. Inside, boom, 3-1-2 Chicago and into the high. So for the rest of the week, let's get above here. 63.78. If we go to Coinbase, and the Bitcoiners running again. And Coinbase taking out these monthly highs. Now it's just kind of stalling out as an inside 60. We'll see how that goes, but it tells you we're going to be, when you have that Bitcoin running. Go to the Mara. I talked about that in the weekend video. Been higher, been up into this stuff here, so we'll see if that continues. So far, so good. If we go to Riot Blockchain. And Riot Blockchain, here's taking out some of these weekly highs here. Still looks like inside of the month. Let me see, it's still inside the month. Slight lower low. So coming back like a lot of things, potential 3. If we go to AMD, and AMD having a nice move. Remember, we've been watching that coming back through this range. Still working, taking out last month's highs. 2 up, 2 down. Boom, 222 above 111.85. So having another nice move there is AMD. If you go to FTNT, inside days, Fortinet, inside day to the upside, and if that works, take out and go into the highs here. Is that a lower low? 284.14. That's just, let's see, inside. Nope, not quite inside, just going two up. But just having a nice little inside day to the upside. You can see that was mostly out right out the chute on the opening. Now you have an inside 60 to see if that continues. If we go to Moderna, and Moderna's still an inside day, but having a nice move. We'll see if we can take out last week's highs. Still are inside month to the downside, so I want to see if this is strong enough to change this back green. Just having a nice little day here to start off, but be aware that it is still inside day. With that AMD, you can also watch Xilinx. Xilinx having a nice Momo hammer day right here. Here's your hammer. And they're like, it's a hanging man. I'm like, no, it's not. Boom. Off she goes. Anybody who got short in here on Friday think this thing's going to roll over, they got caught. And boom, off she goes. If we go to AFRM, and AFRM, just exhaustion risk by going into the highs, but having another real nice day off an inside day. You see that inside day there? And then boom, off she goes. Stalls out a little bit here with the market. We'll see how that goes. If we go to new issue, GWH, and we know it had monster move in here. Now all these guys are inside of this, but inside day to the upside over 19, so you might want to keep an eye on this thing to see if that heats up again. If we go to AMPL, and newer issue, but having a nice 3-2 week or outside week, which means this selling was rejected, and then boom, they come in this morning and they come in gangbusters, not messing around at all. So we'll see if that sets up again. Nice morning for this thing though. If we go to the crowd, and the crowd now inside on the 60. Another inside day, 1 bar rough strat by poking down right below it, which means you can go after it as soon as that turns green. Looking for an outside day, you got it. Boom, off she goes. And you got some room here looking for an inside-outside month. Couldn't take out the highs or lows, and then slightly took it out, and then boom, coming right back through. That's what we've been looking for all month. If we go to Docu, Q's going to highs. Docu looking to see if we can take this out. So you start off your week like this. 2 up, 2 down, and then boom. So we're looking for these two to become an outside bar of that. If that works, then you can take this inside week to the upside. And that's above 268.18. You're getting closer. So we can keep an eye on that combination. If you go to ENPH, and ENPH, another inside day to the upside to start off the week. And if that works, it's going to give you the potential outside month. Took out the lows, now going to take out the highs here, 181.72. Getting closer, should do it. QQQ going to the highs. Like so, having a nice little day there. Q's get, if you go to CAR, and CAR, a little Momo hammer here. Anybody on Friday thought this thing was going to roll back down? Boom, you caught him. Back into the highs she goes. And you can see here on the 60, the outside bar by taking out both sides, then the inside 312, and boom, right up into the highs. Right now you got Microsoft going into the highs. How you doing, buddy? And there you go. Microsoft giving that outside mounter. Microsoft, that tells us to keep an eye on that XLK. All right, there's an outside day there too, trying to work on the outside month, because we know heavily weighted there is Apple and Microsoft, and Apple's also an outside day. If we go to, and potential 3 month, like we've been watching so many things. If you go to BTU, and BTU, another nice inside day. Outside day, inside day 312, boom, and if that works, it's going to trigger this baby, the inside week, up. Right, been higher in the past. Now you got an inside 60. We'll see how that goes. Market is kind of meandering around the highs, so not backing off. You know, we're always watching that new hour to see if things follow through. And here you go, Macy's. Yet after last week doing this, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up. Just ran out of time. Now these 3 become an outside bar of that. You see, and a nice Monday morning rampage here. And if you go to the 30, you have this. Inside 30 for your up, 212 continuation. Macy's having a real nice day here. If we go to Etsy. And Etsy having a nice little day here too, just going outside on the month, but it's also been higher in the past for all-time highs. So it did what it was supposed to do, give me that outside month. And then how do I get in on this on the 30? Wait for them to bring it in. 2 up, 2 down, boom, right here. As soon as it takes that out, you're in, and off she goes. If we go to ZIM, and ZIM, let's see, are we an inside week? Yep, inside week. So you can see here, this is how you look for those combinations. 2 down by taking out the lows on Friday, then 2-2 reversal on a Monday, right? And if that works, potentially you get that inside week to the upside. Right now, stalling out here on the 30. We'll see if we get us inside 60 to go forward. On the downside, it's discernibly the biotechs. IBB down, right? So IBB down. They still an inside week, but it's red on all time frames. Is that a problem? It is. Yeah, that's full time frame continuity to the downside. And that's going to give you things like GILD. And GILD, we've known this. Inside month to the downside. This was in the weekend vid, of course. And the inside week getting taken to the downside. Boom. And you can see what that did right out the chute. Bam. Then inside on the 60. Continuing down. GILD having some problems. BIIB. Also, full time frame continuity to the downside. Anytime that 60 is red, having some issues. Little exhaustion risk. Just a continuation from that last month's inside month and down. If you go to IGMS. And IGMS from the weekend vid, inside month to the downside. Did we know about that? We sure did. Trying to rally back a little bit here, stop them out a little bit, so we'll see if that sets up again for the downside. From the weekend vid, also the Repligen. And Repligen, we knew about this too. 2 up, 2 down reversal on the month, right? Counters on the week and goes green last week. But when you come in this morning, 2 up but red, and then boom, there's your 2-2 reversal kicking back in a full time frame continuity to the downside. So that's something I'd want to know about. So anytime that 60 is red, you got full time frame continuity to the downside over there. If you go to Sarepta, and Sarepta, red on all time frames, potential outside month to the downside, having some issues here. If you look at the 60 here in the lower left, you can see 2 down by taking out the low. 2 up. So in the next hour, if we can take this out right here, let's take her to the basement below 80.46. You're almost there. Let's see how that goes because you got on the daily too. Slight higher high and then boom, down she goes. We go to BMRN. More bio having problems. That's an inside month week to the downside. Right, trying to break through all this kind of stuff, having all sorts of trouble here. It was BMRN. So we'll see how that goes. You had a nice inside 30 here to take her down. Now still trying to stay heavy. If you go to Regeneron, and pretty much all these big bios having all sorts of problems. Regeneron taking out last week's lows, handily below last month. Now you can see that inside 30 right here. So we'll see if that sets up again as well. If we go to AGIO, so you can see all this bio having all sorts of problems. Still an inside week, but trying to re-break that inside month here. That's below 44.49, so you're almost there to re-break on that as well. If we go to just a couple other ones here, Chubb and the insurers having some issues to start off the week and going after the 3 outside week, 2 up, boom. So for this week, Chubb is going to have some problems below 178.07. If we go to, and the energy's having some issues, crude down a little bit here. Crude down a little bit here. Outside day to the downside. LPI, we know moves around with that. LPI, watching this broadening formation now. It's trying to expand that, taking out last week's lows. Red on the month now. LPI having some issues. And let's take a look at FAT. Fat boy. PHAT coming down here. And so you can see starting off the week, slight 2 up and then boom, taking it out. These 2 months become an outside month of that. Now just kind of stalling out down here. We'll see how it goes. But it's a Monday. We got a lot of earnings coming out, so be aware of that. But discernibly, the biotech's having some problems, and well, everybody else doing all right. All right, it's going to start off the week. All right, that's going to do it. GILD, IBB go to the lows as I speak. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Mr. Black. Strat Time Report.